In the tapestry of life, where every thread holds a story, America in Black and White emerges as a haven for the voices echoing through the heart of our communities. In this podcast, we wade through the rivers of our collective experiences, celebrating the vibrant hues of change brought forth by the whispers of hope and the roars of action. It's more than just a conversation. It's a journey into the heart of our society, illuminated by the light of those daring to dream and do. Join us, and let your voice be the melody that guides us toward a dawn where every color finds its place in the masterpiece of our shared destiny. Together, let's paint a future brimming with the positives that dwell in our minds and the actions that shape our world.
Good evening and welcome to America in Black and White. I'm your host, Charles Zachary King, and I want to start tonight by doing something I don't always do at the top of the show. I want to take a breath with you. I want us to sit in, wait in the moment together, because what we do here week after week is more than television. What we do here we bear witness to the stories that America needs to hear, the stories that have always existed, but have not always been given a stage worthy of their magnitude. Tonight, we give that stage to one more extraordinary human being, and I'm honored, as always, I'm the one to be able to I'm the one holding the microphone. We're living in a time when the conversation about Black excellence, Black entrepreneurship, and Black leadership has never been more vital. Not because these things are new, they are ancient, they are generational, they are woven into the very DNA of our community, but because the platforms to amplify them are growing. And as those platforms grow, so too must the caliber of the voices we elevate. Tonight's guest is a man who understands that. He is someone who has done the quiet, unglamorous, deeply necessary work of building, not for applause, not for accolades, but because he was called to it. He answered that call in church basements and community centers. He answered it in boardrooms and classrooms. And he is answering it right now, right here on this stage with all of us as his witness. There's something profoundly powerful about a person who transitions from serving their community through nonprofit work, from giving without expectation to return into the arena of entrepreneurship, and then uses every lesson from that service to fuel the way they build businesses, advise leaders, and pour into the next generation. That is not a career path, that is a calling. That is a life of purpose, deliberately curated and courageously lived. And that is precisely the kind of story America in Black and White was created to tell. So without further delay, let me bring to this table a CEO, a consultant, a community champion, a builder of dreams, both his own and those in countless entrepreneurs he has guided. He is the founder and chief executive officer of the Curated Launch LLC. And if you don't know his name yet, you will after tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming my very special guest, Mr. Derek M. Alfred. Hello, sir. Derek?
Yes,
Hello, sir.
I'm here.
Okay. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm here.
Yes, sir. You're on. Yes, we're on.
Okay. Hey.
Yes, sir. I'm
So
looking
you
at you
able to?
right now.
Oh. uh, Okay.
Derek.
I'm here.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here.
Welcome to the show.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm new
The,
to this.
ladies and gentlemen, give me 1 second, please. Let me work out a technical difficulty here that we're having. Okay, Derek. Can you hear me now or see me?
Yes.
Okay. So I said, welcome to the show.
I see
And
you and I hear you. Thank you.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience before we get started?
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I look forward lively discussion and thank you to the host King for the invite to explain myself in my full authenticity in my being. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. I'd like to start where I'd like to give the audience a chance to get to know the guest. And so, if you could tell me, if you can tell us, take us all the way back to the beginning. Where did you grow up, and what was the environment like that first shaped your understanding of who you were and who you were meant to become?
One minute, Charles. Can you repeat the question again?
I said, take us all the way back to the beginning. Where did you grow up?
Charles, can you
And
hear
what was
me?
the environment like that first shaped your understanding of who you were and who you were meant to become?
Uh, the best way I can answer that is that I was a young man in the South. I grew up in a two-parent household, traditional school. I studied really hard, but then I left home around about 7, and I've been on my own since I was 17. I did nonprofit work. I did for-profit work. Now I'm back home, and what I came to discover is that through all my talents, I discovered that I have a love for um, creative designs, whether it be marketing, merchandising, or whether that be just giving ideas something that can be fruitful for someone.
So, when you think about your childhood, what is the single memory or moment that you carry with you as the clearest picture of your character being formed? And what did it teach you about yourself?
Well, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Unlike the kids today, we played outside. So with other children, it teaches you about boundaries. It teaches you how to solve conflicts. It teaches you resolution of conflict. It teaches you how to be agreeable but yet disagree. Connection, communication was a big thing. I was a latchkey kid at the time. This is the 70s, so things were a lot simpler then. So it helped shape my identity of who I was. My uncles, parents, grandparents. I had a lot of people around me, molded me to who I am today. So I'll just attribute it to the fact that it was playing outside.
Mm-hmm. So, growing up, what did success look like in your household or community? Was entrepreneurship ever part of the conversation, or was it something you discovered on your own?
Uh, so growing up, active. I was doing stuff mainly this stuff in the community, but I come from a singing. I come from a singing like a lot of people. Uh, I started singing with James Cleveland back. I always had a creative spark in me, and then when I was younger, I remember I used. It could be a coloring book, but it had a stencil. You just trace whatever the object is on that stencil, and then my mom was a teacher. My mom was creative. So I always come up with ideas. So that really shaped my uh, creative brain, if you will. And that's the thing called Congress. And Congress teaches you. We had arts and crafts and stuff, but like what a pastor does, and then when it came to the music portion, which is what I loved, you voices because I like the voice. I like the human voice, so it teaches you this kind of sound like, and then it trains your ear to hear parts and train your ear to hear tone. So I just grew up not realizing that I always had a knack for activity. I just didn't put a name to it.
So, well, actually, I got a there's a comment here, which is there's a hello here. I'll put it on the screen. This is from Natal Garcia. Hello, and thanks for joining the show. I hope you enjoy.
Excuse me.
So, um, so can you tell us who were the adults in your life outside of your immediate family who saw something in you and made a point of telling you so? And how did their belief in you change the way you saw yourself?
You know, probably my male teachers. If anybody knows about teaching is a very female dominated field, but I had female teachers, but I also had a lot of male teachers. And the male teachers really sold um, into the guys in the class that they taught. They taught us how to use our brain, how to, uh, this elementary school, high school, writing, how to talk things out. And there just been an example of how be in a field that's female dominated and still have your um, the foundation. I guess what I'm trying to say is these men had a strong foundation of who and what they were. So being in a female dominant space did not.
Okay, so what were your earliest dreams? When you were a young man, imagining your future? What did you see and how close or far is that younger version of Derek from the man sitting here today?
One more time,
Okay,
Charles.
it seems like you got internet problems. Um, what were your earliest dreams when you were a young man imagining your future? What did you see? And how close or far is that younger version of Derek from the man sitting here today?
I explained what I thought I heard. For a long time, I like to cook, so I always thought I was gonna be this or a restaurant tour, and then for some reason I changed my mind. I still cook, but I own a restaurant. But in that, and that love was for science, so I went into the science from
Mm-hmm.
infectious disease, um, biological science, because I had wanted to work for the CDC of Atlanta. All the courses, did the nursing thing, and I got impatient with school. Finished, so I pivoted uh, a business degree, and then I dropped out for years. Then I came back. I did get a degree in biological science, business administration with focus in business law, and then in entrepreneurship. So I have 3 degrees: associate, bachelor's, and a master's. And I really, really felt that I completed my college education. I know I'm speaking to a different generation now, but my generation, we valued masters in entrepreneurship. I am just overjoyed with
Okay.
that.
So, every person who builds something great has experienced a defining challenge early in life, a moment that could have broken them but didn't. What was yours, and what did surviving it deposit in you that you still draw from today?
Um, Humbleness. I was always taught to be humble. Uh, I do realize a lot. I was like, we weren't rich or anything, but always had, because I had a around me. So I always had the things I need, and I was always taught to don't look down on anyone that may have a little less than you in dignity and respect. And that's what I use today. I try to help people when I can, and I know that all of us on this journey together, although we might have different paths, that doesn't make me better than you, or vice versa. So we all in this together. So I try to just with that.
So, how did your cultural identity, being a Black man in America, shape the way you moved through the world from early on? And at what point did you begin to see your Blackness not as something to navigate around, but as a distinct asset and superpower?
I heard, but let me answer like this. My Blackness is in what I am, is who I am. My Blackness has been a threat to some people, because I have been in the Black. I have been in rooms where I was only Black and male. Rooms are people with different culture. I think being our people have gone through is our superpower. And when we encounter adversities, whether it's my Blackness is superpower and my strength, because I know when I walk into a room, I already know who I am, and I already know what I'm doing. Depends on who in that room. So I don't let, because of my Black been through, my mom, my grandmother been through, I don't let nobody shake me with my Blackness, because either they've been through, done that, and they taught me how to deal with microaggressions, because that's what it is, microaggression. I can go in the room and speak for itself, and if it shakes you, it shakes you. It doesn't shake me, because I already know how to navigate in those rooms. So it's like a superpower, but yeah, it's a shield too, because you
So,
already know what to expect. Just being Black in America. Can you hear me? Pause.
you was like going and there was no voice.
I don't know.
Yes, like because your voice is even coming, it's coming in like little spurts. Um let's try this. If if this continues, we may have to move this interview probably to another time, another day, I mean, because it seems like we're having the technical difficulties, and it's kind of hard to hear and see you. If you could go back and sit with the 17-year-old Derek Alfred for 1 hour,
You
what
can
would you tell him, and what do you think he would tell you in return? Derek, we're having we're having difficulties hearing you because you're like your sound is not coming through. We're gonna have to. Hey, look,
Wait,
let's reschedule this. I'll get back I'll get in touch with you and let's set up another time to do this because you're having technical difficulties. Can you hear me?
okay, that was system or
Yeah. Well, let's schedule this for let's schedule this for
that
another
would be
time.
fine.
Yeah, I'll call you here shortly and we'll reschedule this. Can you hear me?
Great.